in Monday, July 14th, 2025, episode 1166 of this here radio program. And boy, this will be one for the ages, boys and girls. Welcome in. We're firing up week number 234. It is inside the press box. This little radio show we started over 4.5 years ago, just to hang out, talk some sports, and have some fun. Mike Grace, your host, old play-by-play guy, sort of semi-retired. So I thought, hey, let me do a radio show. I'll bring in some of my best friends, guys I've met in press boxes all across the country, and we'll just shoot the breeze and have some fun. And that's what we're doing here again for the 1,166th time. Only there's something a little different today we'll tell you about, so stand by for that. We got plenty to get to as far as the sports world goes, both the weekend behind us and the week ahead. And I've got guys to talk about it with them, a former Alabama high school and Mississippi State basketball stud, three-year team captain, three-year starter and team captain at State, I should say, and a member of that 1996 Final Four team. Now coaching, mentoring at B Heights 2-2. Bart Heights, big week for you and your friends at Mississippi State basketball going on this week, yeah?
Yeah, headed to Jackson. Good morning, guys. Today to get ready for the golf tournament tomorrow, and we will be teeing off about 10 a.m. Not as big a deal that's going on in Jackson, though, as it will be Atlanta, but we will be at Annandale. Anybody still interested? We got a couple of spots left for the NIL Bulldog basketball tournament this year to support your Hail State basketball team. But football rules this week.
That's it, baby.
Football rules this week.
Indeed, it does. The countdown to college football media days for SEC football media days is over, y'all. And our freelance broadcast pro based out of Statesboro, Georgia, has packed up the gear and headed to Atlanta for the College Football Hall of Fame, where he comes to us today, set up on Digital Drive for SEC football media days. Welcome, Colin Lacey. You made it, man. They wouldn't let us in until, like, what, 6:30 this morning?
Yeah, when I rolled up this morning, they had told us that we were going to get in at 6:30, and so we were here right around then.
Yeah.
And I rolled up to the doors, and it's supposed to be those electric doors that open. They didn't open, and so it wasn't off to a great start, but we got in. I think we're actually doing this, boys.
Yeah, I was going to say, not just radio today,
Huh?
and not just an online stream, which we've done, throughout the show for PressBoxRadio.com. But today we launch, and I know you're going to find out why we're on radio. We have Faces for Radio. It's the PressBox Live video stream is up and running with the guys at SEC Football Media Days. Yes, there is Colin Lacey. He's joined by Brent Osborne, who's going to help us out throughout the week. A decade of high school football coaching on his resume. He's now Colin's on-air partner for Southeast Bullock High School football on Foundry Broadcasting in Statesboro, Georgia. Brent, hope you know what you got yourself into with this bunch, man.
I'm starting to a little bit. I appreciate you guys having me, though. This is fun.
Well, appreciate you being there. Bart, you and I did SEC Football Media Days up in Nashville a couple of years ago, and it helps to have a pal. It's hard to do by yourself up there. You kind of need an extra set of legs and arms and hands and that kind of jazz. So yeah.
Yeah, me and Colin, we work pretty good together for the most part. We've seen some things.
Yeah, he's helped me carry a box of equipment up the steepest stairs I've ever seen down in Savannah. So we've been through some things. And
I'll bet.
I just love how we debut video on this show, and Bart has to break out the cow skin behind him.
Well, what else? I mean, it's quite appropriate. It is, really.
Are y'all telling me that everybody can see me?
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Be careful today, buddy.
So
That's it for me, video gold.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Hey, video gold.
Oh no, where'd you go? Come back now. This is going to be fun. We don't know. We've talked about this for quite some time, and Colin is the mastermind behind it all. He said, hey, we can do this for media days, man. I said, well, okay, that's cool. Let's try it, and we'll see what happens. So again, great thanks to our affiliates all across the Southeast, 20 affiliate partners in Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina. You are and always will be our number one priority. But we love to spread the show over the World Wide Web, PressBoxRadio.com, where you can hit the listen link there and check out any of the previous 1,165 episodes. They're all archived on the episodes page on PressBoxRadio.com. But now, again, to add the PressBox video, you can get to it from the Mike Grace Live video or Facebook page is what it is. Mike Grace Live is where you'll find me on Facebook, and that should get you the live stream. I think Colin's tweeted it out today or at least Facebooked it out. We'll try to figure out how to get it over on the X.
Get on here and share. Let me get on here.
Oh, please share.
That thing's shareable. See.
Let's just see if it gets the
here.
height stamp of approval. I know you have your high standards with having your own production company and everything, and It may not be the weenie dog race.
You can see us.
Yeah, there you are,
On a
man.
video, dude.
There you are. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm trying to figure out why glasses look blue, but whatever. And
When's
when
the last time you cleaned them?
well, no, I mean I think they're okay. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just
It might be. You never know.
I think it's the weird lighting in my MGL production studios here. Again, this is I set this up for radio, not for video. It is what it is.
This is what happened when you put a camera in front of a bunch of radio guys. You don't know how to act.
It really is scary.
Lights went like 4 years without cleaning his glasses one time, and he couldn't understand why he couldn't see nothing.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's get to the fun, shall we? As far as the sports world goes, Major League Baseball has reached the All-Star break. Braves took 2 out of 3 in St. Louis this weekend. That's the good news there. Atlanta now comes home and welcomes the baseball world in for All-Star Week. Truist Park, the site of tonight's home run derby, and then the 95th Major League Baseball All-Star game set for tomorrow night. And yeah, some football all week long, SEC style, with our coverage of SEC football media days. Day 1 of 4. We'll hear from coaches and players today. First up on the podium, I believe, will be the commissioner, Greg Sankey, who will be the first to go. Followed by, I think, is it Brian Kelly of LSU will open things up. That's right, baby. We'll get a little South Carolina Shane Beamer, the
We
son.
get Frank Beamer, we're in trouble.
Shane, block a punt.
Well, see, there again, you got to remember, I'm the old guy, and Frank and I are the same generation. So, I mean, I've met Frank a couple of times.
Y'all's kindreds.
We are. We kindred spirits. Exactly what we are. Then we'll have lunch in the afternoon. Feature will give us Ole Miss and Vanderbilt. Here's what I was thinking about. We've got quarterbacks. Garrett Nussmeier is going to be here for LSU. Lenore Sellers is going to be here for South Carolina. Austin Simmons is going to be here for Ole Miss. And yes, Diego Pavia will be here for Vanderbilt. And we got a lot of first-year quarterbacks coming in, but those 4 guys, we know who the quarterbacks for those 4 teams are. And that's not the case for all 16 SEC teams, but should be interesting as we hear those guys going on today. The real star of this show, again, is our guest, and we got a bunch of them coming our way today. No one better to talk college football with than Mr. College Football. Tony Barnhart begins his victory tour this week. He's announced it's going to be his final season of covering college football as a regular journalist, or a full-time journalist, 50th year of covering college football. And Tony B is going to join us and start hour number 2 here inside the press box. So we'll look forward to having him with us. Plus, again, as we mentioned, Greg Sankey, LSU and South Carolina, Ole Miss and Vandy at the podium. We'll see how many of them we can get to our desk, if not today, throughout the week. And again, the guys, Colin and Brent, will be there all week to record stuff during the day, and that'll help us the rest of the week. So we look forward to all of that coming up in the matter of hours. Also, odds and ends. We'll get to those in hour 2. Mike gets a NASCAR minute, and that's all we're going to devote to that.
Oh, I have a NASCAR 10 seconds.
Do you now? Do you?
We can't interrupt the turn left minute.
By the way, we've got a new development here from radio. I guess it's not Radio Row. Digital Drive
is what they're calling it. Yeah, thank you, podcasters. They've taken their name away from us. We were Radio Row forever, and now it's Digital Drive.
Yeah, whatever. But we will have South Carolina defensive back DQ Smith coming on the show at 8:40.
Cool. Outstanding.
So,
well done. Colin's been in touch with all the athletic communication directors across the Southeast. Some have said, yeah, we'll do our very best to get you some folks. Some guys said, we don't have time. I mean, it's just.
I'll give you a hint of who that was.
Isn't that the way of the world, though? I mean, some people are going to be swell and nice, and some people just aren't.
Way of the world if you're going to Grayton Beach or 30A or Watercolor. You don't know what alumni goes down there.
Either way, we'll squeeze in as much football as we can today. That is the plan, and we're looking forward, as we mentioned. The countdown now to kickoff is just at 40 days. And Bart, because I love you so much, I'm keeping up with college basketball, too. We'll hit hardwood in 112 days. So the countdown's on for all that. Let's get our Brave stuff out of the way, shall we? The Braves played their final 3 games of a 6-game road trip in St. Louis to wrap up the first half before the All-Star break. They took the first 2 games from the Cardinals and had the lead yesterday when the rains came, but after the delay, Jesse Chavez entered and did his thing, allowing 4 runs and 2 innings of work. So the Cardinals avoided being swept with a 5-4 win, which brings us to the All-Star break. Braves are 42-53. And let's face it, only the most optimistic fan believes their playoff hopes are alive. And I try to be that guy. I try to be the most optimistic fan.
What?
I try to be, but I just 12 and a half games behind the division leading Phillies. 9.5 games out of the final wild card spot with 6 teams to pass and only like 70 games to play. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening.
So you're telling me that tone right there you're using is optimistic?
Well, I want to be. I'm just saying I want to be optimistic. I'm trying to be. It's just damn hard, man.
I'm with that.
Have you watched this game?
I don't know if I'm picking up what you laying down there, Cod.
It's just hard if you've watched this team. By the way, someone on this radio program suggested last week that they move Ronald Acuna Jr. I know as sacrilegious as it sounds. Somebody on this radio program suggested that we move Ronald Acuna Jr. to the 3-hole.
No. I said 2.
I said 3.
Oh, yeah.
I said 3. I said Profar in the leadoff spot, Olsen in the 2-hole, and Acuna in the 3 spot. And guess what? We saw that Saturday. Snicker apparently was listening, not in time for Friday's lineup, but in time for Saturday, to where he got us. That was the lineup on Saturday was Profar, Olsen, and Acuna. Yes, and all Ronnie does is go homered, scored a pair of runs. He was back in the 3-hole yesterday. Went 0 for 5 with 3 Ks. So, it's a small sample size. you the womp womp. Oh, that's what we're on now. Okay. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm really glad Snit was watching, but once we put this video up, he might turn that thing
right back off. Let's check the MLB standings heading into the All-Star break. The East dominated by the Phillies, who lead the Mets by just a half a game. So it could be a race down the stretch, but doubt the Braves will be a part of it. National League Central, Cubs sit 1 game up on the Brewers, and the National League West Dodgers lead the Padres by 5.5 games. Giants also in the mix, just 6 games back. In the AL East, that's going to be the Blue Jays up 2 games over the Yankees, 3 over Boston, 5.5 over Tampa. So that's probably the best division race. In the Central, the Tigers with the league best 59 wins hold an 11.5 game lead over the Twins.
I can't wrap my head around the Tigers being that good.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, it's about on brand for me. I was last year. I always try to pick a team that I feel like nobody's going to pick.
Yeah.
Of course, last year it was the Tigers. I was just like, I think Tigers.
Yeah.
They're good, and they were pretty good last year. And nobody pays attention to them. What's the market now for baseball in Detroit? It used to be in the 80s, Sparky, when Alan Trammell, Lance Parrish.
Oh, yeah.
But name me one player other than that left-handed pitcher, this Sobel. Does he still pitch for him?
He does, yeah.
Other than him, you name me one player for the Tigers.
I can't do it. I do know this. They kind of changed the number one Tiger fan in years past. It was always Tom Selleck. Remember Magnum P.I.? Tom was he was a big Detroit fan.
Blue blood?
Yeah, but he's lost the mantle. You know who the biggest Detroit Tiger fan is these days? Is actor J.K. Simmons. You guys familiar with Simmons?
No shot who that is.
You don't know who J.K. Simmons is?
I got no idea.
Nope.
Find the Google machine. He's been in every other movie you've ever seen in the last 10 years. Really. J.K.
Is he
Simmons
better than Jack Bauer?
I'm not going there. I'm not getting into a 24 fight with you guys. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying, J.K. Simmons, if you Google him, you'll see. And he actually, I think he did an inning of play-by-play for him on their radio broadcast a week or so ago. So, and they put on a big streak. Well, yeah.
Only thing you better hope
Yeah.
is that Chloe hadn't tapped into this feed and now she can see video evidence and surveillance of
Who?
you all over. And Chloe from 24.
I'm clueless. Yeah. I tried.
Got you in the box hairs.
Yeah.
Right.
The background on this is I spent 5 hours trying to get through the first season of 24 last weekend, and I just couldn't do it. I had to bail out. So that's that. And much like Ronald Acuna Jr. bailed out of the home run derby tonight, Ronnie will not be playing. And I think this is a great idea. He had a little back strain last week.
But hang on a minute. You're bailing out of the home run derby, but you're still making sure you play in the All-Star game.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
Well, that All-Star
If you're-
game's turned into a big deal, hadn't it?
Right. Like, if you're good enough to go in the All-Star game, and I get you only play about 4 innings, 5 innings, whatever it is.
Right, yeah.
Like, if you're good enough to go there, play in the home run derby, especially when it's in your home park, and you're the only thing that Braves fans are coming to watch at this point in time.
That's not true. He's being replaced by Matt Olson, and to me, that's great because look out, Chop House. Here comes Matt Olson with home runs galore over in the right field.
Yeah, until
line.
he only hits 5.
Well, maybe.
I agree with Mike here a little bit on that. I do see if you're gonna get hurt and you got hurt and your back's already kind of messed up, the home run
Yeah.
derby could be easy to tweak something. Or I get it, but I also understand your point, Colin, of the fact that it's been a bad year. Let's suck it up a little
Now,
bit.
I'm not saying he should compete. I'm just saying if you're too hurt for the home run derby, you're also too hurt for the All-Star game.
It's either all or nothing.
Right.
But see, I disagree.
Kinda like me at the
only
ball.
because the All-Star game is typical of a normal game. You're going to go out and you're going to play a couple innings, and so it's really less than a normal game. The home run derby is completely different. When you talk about the number of swings these guys end up, and again, they're max effort swings as well, and so I think it's a lot easier for him to injure himself further in the home run derby than in the All-Star game on Tuesday night.
I agree, Mike. I agree, but one all or nothing, I'm with it. But I think the last time I was a little kid, maybe the last time I never watched All-Star games. I'd watch the home run derby, but All-Star games I never watched. I think maybe the last time I watched the All-Star game was when Fred Lynn hit a grand slam. How old is Fred Lynn?
Tim Brando would love that. Timmy B's a big Fred Lynn fan. They were partners doing College World Series
Really?
baseball back in the early days of ESPN. Yeah, Freddie was his color man. Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken, at one time it was. I could be wrong about this, but I think Fred Lynn's the only person to ever hit a grand slam in the All-Star game.
that's a great get a little factoid.
Look at you
We'll
dropping a nugget on a Monday morning.
have to get the Google machine on that one. I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
Grand Slams All-Star game.
Yeah.
Looking it up.
Either way, we'll see again. Matt Olson tonight, and one of 8 individuals in the All-Star, the home run derby. The things are so long. It's 3 hours now. To me, it's too. I can't do it. I can't watch the whole thing.
Ever since they moved it to a
1983.
time to where that you have 2 minutes to hit, however many you get a timeout. Give me 10 outs. Anything that's not a homer's an out.
Thank you.
Let it ride.
1983.
1983.
Fred Lynn.
Fred Lynn. Okay.
I was 7.
Well, let's see. Home run derby.
I'm just telling you, it's 1983
Format.
when Fred Lynn hit a grand slam. I think it's the only one that's ever been done.
Okay, let's see what they're going to do tonight, boys and girls. I've only got about a minute here. 3 rounds for the 8 players. First round, semifinals, and finals. In the first round, the 8 players each have 3 minutes or 40 pitches, whichever comes first. The players with the top 4 homer totals advance to the semis. In the semis, the format shifts to knockout style, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Seeds solely determined by the number of home runs each player hit in round 1. And then players have 2 minutes or 27 pitches in both the semifinals and the finals. Home run totals from the first round will not carry over. Any ties or semis or finals are broken by a 60-second swing off with no additional time added. I don't know. I'll probably just wait for the highlights on SportsCenter.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
By the way, confirmed, Heitch, 1983, Fred Lynn, the only one to hit a grand slam in the All-Star
That's
game.
our man.
Part of the
That's our
California
man.
Angels.
He's brilliant. Thank you very much.
I'll be here 3 days this week.
That's right. 3 days this week, boys and girls. He is Bart Heitch, BHeitch22 on social media, along with Colin Lacey, Brent Osborne from the College Football Hall of Fame and SEC Football Media Days. Mike Grayson, the MGL Production Studios, just getting rolling on a Monday edition of the Press Box, back after a timeout.
I wonder if anybody's watching.